Alrighty, guys, what is going on? I'm Tubby Emu. Randy Orton versus Kane again. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself. Tubby, should I like the video because you're like, or absolutely, please do that. If we can get 150 likes on this video, I'll probably make another one of these same videos in the same type of fashion. But that's pretty simple. What's not simple is the feud that's been going on between Randy Orton and Kane. Now, the feud has been building since before WrestleMania, mainly because the speculation says that Alberto Del Rio wasn't ready to have a feud with Randy Orton, who was originally, that was the original plan according to Dirt Sheets, and Dirt Sheets have been wrong, so I'm not going to put all my being into saying they were right or not. It almost feels, to me, kind of like a letdown. Like, I like the feud that's going on. The fact that they actually have feuds post-WrestleMania that aren't thrown together out of nowhere in the week before the pay-per-view like they have been for the last year. I think the WWE is doing something right when it comes to pay-per-views, and you guys will hear this same thing when I break down the other matches on the card that are going down. Now, it's pretty much inevitable tonight that on the tapings for Friday Night SmackDown, we will get announced Randy Orton versus Kane at Extreme Rules. I don't know what kind of match it'll be. You know, maybe a steel pipe match or something like that, which doesn't make sense because you could use any weapon, not just a steel pipe. But the reason that it's kind of a big deal is because it's something that WWE hasn't done in a while. They haven't had a good story build. The other matches on the card, have that build, and Kane and Randy Orton have that build now. But before, they really didn't. I mean, you look how it started. It started out of nowhere. It was just some random come out and attack him, and then Randy Orton retributed with an RKO, and it just, the feud to start with didn't make sense. And then especially come WrestleMania, when I had predicted that Randy Orton was going to win, I thought there's no reason for Kane to win. Randy Orton's been putting over enough people. They're going to give Randy Orton the win. And then they went and gave Kane the win, which, after I thought about it, was like, it makes sense. To have Kane come back and lose 2 straight feuds really wouldn't make sense. It seems pointless to me. But then they go and throw us a loop, like they have the last couple pay-per-views, where they faced off the very next night in a WrestleMania rematch on Tuesday, and then Randy Orton won. So I don't know if I necessarily like those kind of feuds in the WWE, where they build up to a pay-per-view, they have a match, and then they have another match on free programming. I don't know if necessarily it degrades the pay-per-view, the importance of a pay-per-view. Where pay-per-views you end a feud, that's where it ends. That's it. Now these guys are going to continue to feud like they have been. Kane went after Bob Orton on Legends, Blast from the Past, which makes it a little bit more personal, which gives it more of a storyline, and, it makes it a more reputable feud, which I applaud. Trust me, I do. But what do you do? I mean, do you have a best out of 5? I mean, technically, this would be the best out of 3. We already have a 2 out of 3 falls match, so that's not going to be on the card. A steel pipe. You already have an Extreme Rules match. You already have a no DQ. So there's a lot of different things they could do for this match. My guess is it's going to involve a lead pipe or something along those lines. And, with Cowboy Bob Orton coming back, it does seem to make it a little bit more personal. But the problem that I have with the feud is, what is it going to do for either of these guys? It almost seems like this is just a distraction for Randy Orton until he goes back for the title. Because let's face it, Randy Orton is the WWE's John Cena. I mean, the SmackDown's John Cena. He is the alter ego. The very first night he came over, he won the championship. That's how things work. And, they've done a great job of keeping him busy and not needing him in the picture. But what is the WWE going to do when they give him back the title? Like, what does Kane do? So let's say, normally if you lose to an opponent, it's because you're putting him over And, like, say when somebody drops a title, the mid-card title, it's usually a sign, not as of late, that they're going to go up for a higher title. Well, if Randy Orton loses to Kane, how can Randy Orton go back to the title picture? And I don't really want to see Kane in the title picture. I mean, that's just me. I mean, maybe a Sheamus Kane feud would work. I think there's some possibility for a feud there. But most likely it'll be a rehashing of Sheamus versus Randy Orton, or Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, in my opinion. So I wonder what you guys think of this feud. What do you think? Where do you think it's going from here? You know, obviously some people like Kane, some people don't. A lot of people hate Randy Orton, a lot of people like him. I think this feud has potential. You know, it has been building a while, and it's nice to see, but I really wish, you know, they add in something that brings it over the top, because a double choke slam finish was pretty good. And, you know, Randy Orton and Christian put on a heck of a lot of matches last year, like 3 in a row at pay-per-views. Maybe Kane and Randy Orton are going to do that, and it ends at something epic, maybe at Extreme Rules or maybe the next pay-per-view. But these two guys, they're destined to probably feud for another couple weeks, maybe another month or so. And I want to know who you guys think is going to come out on top. Leave it in the comment section below. My name is Tubby. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Tubby out.